Okay, hey there, buddy. CFL Jim here, ready to break down week 16 of CFL action. Oh boy, what a week 16 of the week CFL. I just had a stroke was. Let's go and get into it, shall we? Game number one. Game number one, we had the Hamilton Tiger Cats taking on the Montreal Alouettes, with the Alouettes winning 23-16. The Tiger Cats come down to earth after the whomping of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Dane Evans is mortal. This is a pristine letdown spot for the Tiger Cats, and I don't know who didn't see this one coming after the win they had last week. They were bound to kind of have like a boomerang effect, and the Montreal Alouettes remain unpredictable because I just don't understand this team. Nobody understands this team, but they get the job done. Trevor Harris equals, I'm going to say it, capital G good. He's not great, but he is good. He's on the capital G good train, and this Montreal team is very interesting. These teams playing. They're playing for something still. They're playing for home field advantage. Hamilton is playing to even make it in the playoffs with Ottawa nipping at their heels. They're just like, num, 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 num. But this is about the Alouettes. How good they looked. And how fun this game was. This was an exciting game throughout. Both teams back and forth, back and forth. They're just swinging, punching each other like animals, just going after it. And that's just pure entertainment. The late weeks of the CFL are just pure entertainment injected directly into my veins, and I love it. Love it. Oh, boy. Oh. Montreal need to find a little bit of consistency, but I think they're going to cement themselves, and they're in the top three. That's where they're at. Ottawa's like nipping on the heels of Hamilton, but Montreal's feeling a little bit safer after this game especially. Takeaways for each team. For the Hamilton Tiger Cats, put this one in your review. Worry about Ottawa. Just worry about the games you have in front of you. If you keep winning, you can trust that Ottawa will lose at least every other home game they have coming up the rest of the season. So you're in a good spot. You just have to keep doing what you're doing. You have a little bit of momentum going on right now. Even after this loss, you still have some momentum. So keep that up, and I believe you guys will make it to the postseason. For the Alouettes, a little bit more consistency would be nice. And you guys are sitting pretty. You guys are probably going to get home field advantage in the playoffs. And I think on any given whatever day, they could beat the Argos. So the Alouettes are sitting in a nice spot right now. They're a fun team to root for, and this team is dangerous. So watch out. Game number 2, we have the Toronto Argonauts versus the Ottawa Redblacks, with the Argonauts winning 45-15. What a stomp. Ottawa they are Jekyll and Hyde on the road versus at home. I don't get it. They play so good, so tough on the road, but they just love disappointing their fans when it comes to just playing at home. It's disgusting, honestly. And the Argos, they are just showing off at this point. They are really cementing themselves at the top of the East. They're good. They are a good team. They're like lowercase g great. I'm gonna say it. The Argos are fantastical and they're fun. Spoiler alert, by the way. McLeod Bethel-Thompson, good fucking quarterback, everybody. Good fucking quarterback. It's just, no more needs to be said about that. Ottawa at home is just a different beast, and you can't really count those games. In fact, if you go by the splits, let me fast forward in the future with CFL Jim and look up the splits for Ottawa at home versus on the road. If they only played road games, where would Ottawa be sitting right now? Takeaways for each team. For the Toronto Argonauts, you are looking fantastic. You're rounding into form at the right time, late into the season. You're going to be a dangerous team. You're going to be a good team. You're in a good spot. For the Redblacks, put this one in the trash bin. Look forward to the rest of your games. If you can just win one home game the rest of the season and the rest of your away games, you're probably in the playoffs. That's a fun spot to be for the
Redblacks.
You're playing chippy. You're playing with something still. You're playing for something. It's more than a couple teams can say. And by a couple, I mean one, and that's the Edmonton Elks. Third and final game of this week was another short week. We had the Calgary Stampeders versus the BC Lions, with the Stamps winning 25-11. I said it last week. The Stamps could win that game like 6 times out of 10. Wouldn't be surprised. The Stamps are a really good team. Jake Mears a really good quarterback. BC, who knows? Vernon Adams, he was all right in this game. They just couldn't get a lot done. And when Calgary gets a lead, they are an extremely good team at just running the game out. They have a great running game. They have a fantastic defense. This team is fantastic at playing with even just a little bit of a lead because they can just lean on that run game and their good offensive line and get a lot done. These are both good teams, and they're both playing for home field advantage in the postseason. I don't think either of them is at any risk of catching the Bombers, but they're both playing for a potential home field advantage, and I don't know who would have it. Calgary needs to win out and hope BC drops a cut 1 or 2, just because I think BC owns the series, but this was a must-win game for Calgary, and they got it done. Takeaways for each team. Calgary, you're looking great. You're in a good spot right now. You're just like Toronto, you are heating up at the right moment. You're looking good, and rounding into form. For the BC Lions, just hold fast. Hold steady. You're going to make the postseason, so just kind of like stay healthy, and hopefully pray to the football gods that you get Nathan Rourke back, because with Nathan Rourke, you are a much different team. Vernon Adams is fine. He's all right. But Nathan Rourke just elevates you to that next level where you are just fantastic. That'll do it for all the games. Now that brings me into my Week 16 CFL Power Rankings for all of the CFL teams from Week 16 that played in all the weeks 1 through 16 of the CFL up till now for the CFL postseason Power Rankings from CFL Jim to the CFL Power Rankings of the CFL. Number 9, I have the Ottawa Red Blacks. Every time they play at home, I feel like I rank this team 9th. They're just terrible. Awful at home. Disgusting. At number 8, I have the Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Just haven't looked great these last couple weeks. Bad team, bad offensive line. Just bleh, I will vomit on the Rough Riders. Number 7, I have the Edmonton Elks. Didn't play this week. Taylor Cornelius has got that dog in him, but still can't rank them higher than 7th. 6, I have the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Great 2 weeks ago. A little bit coming back down to earth in this week, but you're still playing for something. You still have that fight in you. Number 5, I have the Montreal Alouettes. Dangerous team, chaos team, feisty team. At number 4, I have the BC Lions. I can't really rank them any higher than this with the way they're playing as of now. Number 3, I have the Calgary Stampeders. These two teams kind of flap back and forth as the Lions and the Stamps. At number 2, I have the Toronto Argonauts, looking capital G, lowercase g great. They're looking lowercase g great. And at number 1, I still have the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. On any week, this team is still the team to beat. They're still fantastic. They're still the number 1 team, and they are fantastic. That'll do it for the Week 16 recap from the CFL. I'm CFL Jim. I love you guys. I can't wait until we get a little more CFL action. I'll see you guys next week.